Hello there, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Daphne. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here is a sneak peek of the decorated console that we're going to be working on. So we're at the point where we're going to be adding in a lot of warmth and Christmas decor into the space. And the first area that I'm going to start with is this sofa table. Now you should probably remember from the makeover that we did, this lives behind the sectional, but I brought it out into this open space so that I'll be able to decorate a lot easier and be able to show you, all of the decor that I'm putting on it. And then once I get finished with this, I'm then gonna move it back into its space, and then we can just take a look at the overall finished decorated console table. But for now, we're gonna decorate it here so that you have a better viewing angle. So what we're gonna start with is a blank slate. So there's nothing on the console. I moved off everything that we previously had. And we're gonna start with a base layer of garland. So as I'm sure everyone is aware, all garland is not created equally. And I tried to get a representation of different types of garland to be able to share with you. So I went and purchased two Real Touch garlands. One of them, which I will pop up on the screen, is from Amazon. I'll pop up the seller's information on the screen so that you can see the price and also get the specs on the garland. I had purchased this, and I also purchased an A Floral Real Touch garland, but unfortunately that garland didn't make it here in time for me to be able to include it in the video. So I will be putting an image of it up on the screen. And if it does come in, we're definitely going to either incorporate it into this little decorating area, or it'll be in a different area, probably on the mantle the next time. But I purchased the A Floral and also this other, I think this is a 5-foot garland, and I liked it online. I'm not so sure I like it in person. It does have more of like a rubbery touch, and it definitely does need to be fluffed, which, it was crammed into a small pouch, plastic pouch about this big. So it really should have been packaged better. And I think that the appearance of it straight out of the box would have looked a lot better if they had packaged it in a larger bag. But they're really making me have to work and fluff to be able to get this to look how I want it to. So we are going to try this out on the mantle, on the console, to see if we like it. If we don't, then, we'll just wait for the A Floral. Today is really just for me to get an idea of how I want to decorate during this early Christmas time. So we have this garland. Then we have another garland, which I think I might have picked this up last year. I actually used it in the little alcove in our kitchen. It was right above the sink, and it was so pretty. It just has little pine cones, and I believe this is also considered a Real Touch. It has different types of branches in here, which gives it a two-tone appearance, which is really nice. But it's, it's a little more sparse than what I was looking for, but I think this might be nice to just layer it in. So this is another option for the table. So we're just going to fluff the garland just to make it a little nice. Always take the time to fluff all the garland that you plan to use in your space, even if it's, laying, flat on the table. If you take the time to fluff it and give it dimension, it's going to make your overall presentation look a lot better. So this isn't the greenery that I was looking for, but it's a good option. So what I'm going to do is cut it down off of the main stem, and then we're going to feed it into the garland, and we're going to make it look amazing. So as we go, we're just going to be fluffing the greenery, and then we're going to be attaching it within the garland, and we're going to try to hide the stems, and we're going to fluff it, and we're going to try to intertwine the two garlands, the two greeneries, into each other so that they marry very nicely together. And we also want to make sure that it has a little height. So we don't want everything to be totally flat, so we're just going to make sure that we just intertwine it all together. And we're going to make sure that we go in both directions, the same way how the garland is. We're not going to have everything going in the same direction. We're going to vary it. Okay. And if any of them happen to fall off, don't worry, just nestle it in. Actually, I think I like it better taking them apart. So I'm going to take them all off, and I'm just going to nestle them in as I go, because I really do like that better. So I'm glad that one of them came off. So at the end of the season last year, I went shopping, and these are all of the Christmas trees and little wooden and textural pieces that I was able to find. And then also on the left-hand side is some of the yarn Christmas trees that we did as a DIY. So because I need to have height, I think I'm going to use the taller trees on the console table. So we're going to work with what we have here, and we're going to incorporate it onto the console table. So the largest tree that we have is this guy. I love it. It was marked down from $16.99 down to $7. And I think I got this at Home Goods at the end of the season. It might have either been Home Goods or Home Sense, because they both carry the same items. So what we're going to do is we're going to nestle it right here. And I'm going to go back in and take all the tags off at the end. I'm just, going to find all the spots now. So we're going to nestle it right here within the garland. And then I have these two bark trees that I picked up at Joann's at the end of the season. And I believe these were like 75 or 90% off. They were like a really good deal. And I am so happy that I was able to pick them up. The original price was $24.99 on that one. And let's see, $19.99 on the medium size. So I believe that they have them back this year, but I purchased this at the end of the season last year. So to balance off of this side, I think I'm going to put this one in this section here so that we can sort of have like a triangle. And then I'm going to put it right in front of it. So I also have these other two wooden trees, and these were marked down. This one was $5 and this one was $4. And again, I got it either at Home Goods or Home Sense. So let's see where we're going to put these. I'm thinking I want to put it on this side over here. We're going to put it down and then we're going to step back and see if we like it. Okay, so I'm going to add in some of these candles, these votive candles, just nestle them in every so often so that it'll give off amazing light once we turn them on. We are going to be doing some holiday shopping. We are going to be looking at some sites online and then also trying to get some comparison of some lower price items in the stores. This is something that I want to start sharing with you guys, just my overall approach when I start either just adding little touches to my home or doing a full-on makeover. So I thought today would be a perfect time, since the weather is rainy outside, for us to just stay in and do a little shopping. So the first site that I wanted to check out was McGee Co. I recently did a purchase, my first purchase from them, and I found some amazing things. So once that package is delivered, I'm going to be sharing it with you guys. Some of the items were everyday items, and I picked up a couple of Christmas items as well. Items that I know are going to sell out soon, so I needed to make sure that I grabbed it as soon as I saw it. So what I wanted to do was share Shay's favorites. So there's a section on the website where Shay just has a little snapshot of like all of her favorites, and I absolutely love them. Okay, so I absolutely love all of these items. So the first one is the peony wrapping paper. I feel that everyone should have a signature type of wrapping paper, some type of print, some type of color that you're using for the season, so that, you know, once you have all of your items wrapped underneath the tree, they just speak to the total overall space that you have, that you have deemed as your, you know, color for the year or season, or however you want to, you know, indicate it. But so while I was at HomeSense, I found different type of textured wrapping paper that was from India, and the paper was much cheaper than $14, and I think that the colors look amazing together. I'm absolutely loving this faux olive, whether it's in the wreath or in the garland. I just feel like it's so realistic, and I really think that the price is pretty reasonable for the size of each of these items. The garland is styled very nicely on a console or down the side of the wall. You'd have like 2 6-feet garland swags, and I think that for $72 it's really reasonable, and it's something that you can invest in and you can use year after year. The stockings are pretty. I really like the plaid platters, and this fire brick ceramic is so pretty as well. That vase, the way that it's styled is very pretty. You can see that it's handcrafted, how it looks like the red color is just like dripping down the side of it. So I think that's really pretty. It'll be something that you can have in your space, not only during the holiday season, but just as a beautiful accent piece, a nice pop of color. So I'm a big fan of this French horn tapered holder. I found a close cousin at HomeSense on sale. So if you see something with this same sort of line, I think that it will definitely be able to look beautiful in your space. But there's something about that French horn that really is drawing me in. It's 7.5 inches high and it's 3-inch diameter, so I think that is the perfect size to just have as an accent piece. Now these potted trees are really pretty. At first I thought that they were just like small tabletops, but they're actually a 4-foot and a 5-foot high beautiful, realistic spruce tree, and they're pre-lit and they're potted trees. So I would love to see this in person. The larger was $238 and the smaller is $198. So these travertine trees are absolutely beautiful. The smaller one was $32, the larger one is $48. I wasn't able to find anything exact, but these ceramic trees, their glossy white was $12.99. And I think that the scale is really pretty. You can do a nice little grouping. They didn't have different sizes, but I thought that the size that they had, you can make a beautiful arrangement with it, and it was only $12.99. The next thing that I saw is this little sleigh, and it is a rattan woven sleigh. And I saw at HomeSense this black wicker with metal legs, and this fits my color scheme a little better, so I'm a little more drawn towards the black and the gold. And the one from HomeSense was $9.99, and I just love the way that they have this little rattan one in this little vignette, how it is just like stacked on top of the books. And it just looks absolutely beautiful. You can just put it into, whatever type of setting, whether it's going to be on a console or coffee table, and it just adds a little special touch. This velvet ribbon could go really nice with your signature paper for the season, or this can be used as decor. So if you have any type of greenery, you can just tie a beautiful drapey bow and it will just elevate any space that you have. Now, usually I get my velvet ribbons from like Michael's or Joann, and you can get a really beautiful selection of ribbons there. Now, the braided brass frame ornaments are very pretty, but I do think that they're overpriced at $22. I was expecting for them to be several pieces, but it looks like it's just one item that is a $22. So I wasn't able to find an exact match to this, but I will be on the hunt the next time that I head out. I know that I probably can find something similar at like a Joann's or Michael's. So I will definitely look into that a little further, and I'll share it with you guys in a future video. This embossed detail platter is so pretty. It's $32, and I love the fact that it's like embossed. When I was at HomeSense, I did find a handcrafted option. Has the same lines of the tree, but it is, I believe it was like hand painted. So it has the green tree, but I think it's very similar to the original, which is at McGee Co. The large platter at HomeSense was, I think, $12.99, and the weight on it was really beautiful, and it was from Italy. The next one is a gold leaf manure, and I really like the way McGee Co has this one with the nice leaf detail. I wasn't able to find an exact match, but I found more of like a thorn crown candelabra, and I think that is really pretty. It was at Home Goods for $9.99. So I'd like to share just a mini home tour of just all of the projects that I've worked on. In case you're new to my channel, the playlist is going to be linked in the description so you can check out all of these room makeovers. Then we're going to go back into a little additional shopping. I wanted to just dive right in and continue on our Christmas planning, shopping experience. And I wanted to share today the Studio McGee, which is the collaboration with Target. I don't know if you're like me, but I really feel that Target's prices have definitely went up, especially because they have a lot of shop within shops with Magnolia, Studio McGee, their Threshold, collection that is gaining traction. So I feel that we need to start exploring other options. And as we explore, we should take a look at, if the items that are, being presented at Target are actually worth it. So I do have my computer here, so I might be looking down, but I'm just looking at the items that I have pulled up here so we can talk in real time. The first item that I wanted to just take a look at is the matte ceramic Christmas tree figurines. Now there is two options that I see here. There's a small, a medium, and there is a third. So the small is $10, the medium is $15, and the large is $20. So let's take a look at how large these are. So the large size is 9 1/4 high, and it says that this is made of ceramic. I'm not sure of the weight of each of these, but just based on how they're imaged here, they're really cute. I don't know that I would pay $20 for this item. Now I know at HomeSense I was able to find pretty large ceramic, like a glossy white, and that was only $12.99, and that was the large size. So this is a matte ceramic that the large size, which I believe is smaller than the size that was at Home Goods, is $20. So let me just check here to see what size the medium is. The medium is a little under 8 inches. And the small is about 5.5 inches. The only thing that I will say is that this is a matte style. I usually don't see these figurines in a matte finish, so I don't know if that is adding to the cost, but I do think that the option at HomeSense or a lot of the other stores that you can check out, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, you'll be able to find a better option there for a more reasonable price. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, so they have a set of 11 velvet Christmas ornaments, and everyone is raving about these. So the 11-piece set is $35, and the colors look beautiful. I don't know if they come in all of this variety of colors because I don't see that we're able to select a different type of color. It looks like it's a green, a blue, mustard, and a red. I'm going to have to look a little further into this to see if you're able to select colors. It says that it's assorted colors with the velvet finish. So I would say unless these colors are specifically like what you're looking for, this probably isn't a good option because most people don't do this tartan red color. So you have green, blue, mustard, and red. So unless those are your color story, I would pass on this. What I do plan on doing is probably doing a DIY where I go to Joann's or Michael's and just pick up one of those like clear ornaments, and I think I'm gonna paint them in nice matte color paint. I think that'll be a really cute DIY. So if you're looking for that same type of look, you can do the same thing. It's really easy. You just buy the different sizes of the clear ornaments and then you just go in with some acrylic paint.
Before you start, you might want to use a little Mod Podge so that it will make the paint just adhere easier to the substrate of the ornament. But I do think I'll do a DIY for that, so I'll definitely be sharing it with you guys in an upcoming video. The next one that I wanted to check out is they have this really unique shape of a tree collar. It's a rattan, and I think that it's really pretty because the shape of it, it's more of like a balloon shape at the base. So I'm just looking. Okay, so I have it here. So it is pretty pricey. It's at $80, but the color of it and the shape of it just looks so cute. And they call it a tree figure cuff. So it's not being called a collar, I guess, because of the shape itself. They're calling it a cuff. And the dimensions of it, let's see if I'm able to get the dimensions, because that's always the hard part about when you're trying to use any type of cuff or collar around your tree, is if it will fit the base of your tree, especially if you're not using a live tree and you're trying to get your artificial tree stand to be able to fit in there. Funny enough, it does not give the dimensions. It just gives a maximum height, it says, of 11.5, and then it gives the weight. So it doesn't give the dimensions of the actual item itself. So that's a big bummer, but I think it's really cute. So do some investigating on your side if you're looking to purchase something like this. Okay, another item that I think is absolutely adorable, and this really could be everyday decor. It's called the Brass and Marble Decor Star Object. And they have a small and a large, and it is absolutely beautiful. I know that the base of it is going to be, very substantial, and it just looks like a very sleek design. Now let's just take a look at the size of the two. They have it in a small and a tall. So we're going to look at the tall first. And the dimensions for the tall is 10.25 inches. And let's take a look at the small size, which is at $10. And that one is at 8 inches. I'm not sure if I mentioned the price of the tall, but that one was $15. So this is definitely going to be a beautiful piece that would look amazing on your mantle or anywhere, in your home. If you're decorating a console, that would be nice as well. So one other item, that I wanted to talk about is they have an 18 by 18 inch Winter Wonderland frame wall art. The mat is really large, and I really like the way that they're using the use of white space. Now the frame is listed at $32. I honestly think that I would purchase this for $32 just for the simple fact that you're getting a super large, not common size mat. Now matting artwork can be expensive. So when you find something where you have a beautiful mat size like this, and the color looks like it's a pure white color, and the frame is more on the lines of like a wood gold tint to it. Like it's not heavily like gold finish. It's sort of like right in the middle, so it could fit into a lot of different design styles. So I do think that that is definitely worth it. It can be layered in, with other items as well. So I think that that definitely is a good option. And it looks like most of their framed artwork is in that like $32 range. They also have another piece, which is a crisscross bow. embroidered frame artwork. That's behind glass as well. That is a 16 by 20 inch. And that is also $32. So I do think that that's a nice option. You might want to try to do something of a DIY if you happen to have a frame, you know, that you have laying around. It can be something similar to like the sketch that I did in my bathroom makeover. I'll make sure I link that in the description if you didn't see that. I just basically used a large frame that I already had, and I just used regular like sketch paper, and I just did a sketch of like a abstract tree. So in this case, if you wanted to just do like an abstract sketch of some type of winter scene, you definitely could do that, and it would look beautiful, and it would be something unique to your space. No one else would have it. So I'm always a big fan of doing artwork yourself. One other thing that's sort of catching my eye, they have a rustic tree, and I like the texture. It looks just like bark just dripping down the tree itself. It's not anything that I've ever seen, even when I went out to the stores. This looks like they just shaved bark off of a tree and then just formed this little sculpture. So I do think that that's a good price. It's very rustic, and it can be worked into any, you know, design style. It's listed for $15. It's considered to be the medium size. And let's see what the dimensions are. The dimensions are 9.5 inches for the medium size. And for the tall size, it is 12.5 inches. And that price is $20. So for these two pieces, I really do think that that is a good price. And again, I haven't seen it in any other places that I've visited recently. I saw a lot of wooden trees at HomeSense, and I'll image that up on the screen for you, but none that looked quite like this. So it is like a really unique find. So if it's available, I definitely, you know, would suggest you checking it out. So the next thing that I wanted to take a look at, they have a 3-piece ceramic house LED tea light holder set that looks so pretty. They have it imaged on a black mantle. And what I like about this is most of the ceramic houses that you will see will be mostly white. What I like about this is that there are two shades of, there's like a taupey and then a caramel like roof. And I like that the windows are very grand on the houses. And I just like the overall look of it. What I don't like about it is that they do not come, well, actually, let me take a look. I'm not sure if they come with they don't come with the tea lights. They're a little pricey at $45, but again, I think that the color combination, they call it a crackled finish. Specifically, it says glaze finish with crackled effect. So I know in the past that anything that has like that crackled effects, it just looks a little more high end than your typical white ceramic. So I do see why this one would be a higher price. Whether or not I think that it should be $45, I'm not sure about that. Let's take a look and see what the dimensions are. So they're saying the overall dimension is 8.07 height, 3.35 wide, and 3.35 diameter. I'm not sure what that means because there are 3 individual homes. And, 3 individual it just really doesn't make sense to me, but that's the description that they're listing there. I would have thought that they would have given the dimensions of each item separately, so at least you can get a feel for how large each item is. I don't see that we're able to click here to get a closer look at it, but just based on it being on the mantle, it looks like that each of them are at least the dimensions that are listed. So check that out if you are interested in it. Now the last item that I wanted to share, and believe me, there are plenty on this site that I could share with you, but it's actually two. So they call it a bell ornament or bell garland. So there's a 3-piece ceramic bell ornament that is for $15. And then they also have the garland form. Now, I'm not sure if the bells are the same size in each, but what I would do is I would buy the garland and then I would take the ceramic bells off of the garland and I would make those into ornaments because you're getting a much better deal. So the garland, it appears that there are 11 bells on the garland, and this is for $20. And the bell ornament set is only 3 pieces, and those are, let me click back there. I believe they were $15, yes, for a 3-piece ornament set. So I definitely, if I like this look, which I think is absolutely beautiful, I would purchase the garland and I would turn them into ornaments. So if you're looking to purchase this item, definitely take a look at the garland and think about just changing it over. You can get just regular jute twine and you can just cut it off of the string that it's on and then just string in the jute twine, and you can make it as long or as short as you like, and you can adorn your tree with that. And you probably could get 2 or 3 sets depending upon how large your tree is and how full you want to make it. And 3 sets, you will have 33 ornaments, and you would have spent $60. So I think that's a good deal as opposed to 3 ornaments for $15. You can do the math there and see that you're not getting as good of a deal as you are with buying the garland. And you just be doing a little work, but you'll personalize it and it'll be so much more value for your money. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I absolutely love planning for Christmas. I love sharing with you guys. So if this is your first time by and you like this type of video or you like any of my decorating videos, because I have been sharing so many makeovers, and only recently have we got into seasonal content because we're going to start, transitioning into the cooler months and into the holiday season. So I am a big planner, so I love to just do so much like online shopping, comparison shopping, picking up different items. And then I love making my home into a spectacular presentation for the holidays. And it all comes with planning. So I am thrilled to be able to share this with you. I hope that you are enjoying. If you did enjoy, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. And if you are watching on a device that you're able to leave a comment, leave me a gift emoji down in the comment section. This will help me out. This will let YouTube know that you are liking the content that I'm putting out, and they'll push it to other viewers like yourself that will also enjoy my videos. So I would absolutely love to see all of those present emojis down in the comment section. And if you are enjoying it and you want to leave me a comment, let me know which of these items you like and what you think of them. Do you think that they're a good purchase, Or would you try to just use it as inspiration and find something at a better value at another store? So as promised in my last video, I'm going to share this Kirkland lantern dupe for a fraction of the price. So I hope that you guys enjoy. The first is going to be this Kirkland dupe, and I'm going to show you how I make this lantern for less than $4. So I'm getting started with just applying this folk art wax to all of the wood cuttings. So I'm basically using a large plaque that's roughly about 6 inches by 24, and I'm going to be cutting out the bases and the top. I'm also using some square dowel. It's roughly about 1/4 of an inch to about 3/8 inch wide, and they're about 36 inches long. And then I'm also using this little plank, which is roughly about 2 1/4 inches, and I'm going to be using that for the bottom base. So the lantern itself is roughly about 18 inches, so I'm just going to be cutting the two square dowels into 2 pieces, and we need 4 of them, so I'm cutting 4 18-inch long dowels. And the base itself is going to be about 6 inches square, and I'm just cutting this out now. I need a top and a bottom, and then the smaller dowels that I'm going to be completing the sides with will just be the measurement distance in between. Now I'm going to be using Rapid Fuse DAP glue that is amazing. It's the first time that I'm using this glue, and I absolutely love it. It sets super quick, about 30 seconds, and then it takes about 30 minutes to cure. So it made making this lantern very, very easy. So I definitely recommend it if you're going to be duplicating this lantern or doing any type of wooden projects like this. I definitely would look into this Rapid Fuse glue gel. Now, as you can see, putting this lantern together is absolutely so easy to be able to do, and this glue makes it so much easier. So I'm just applying a nice amount to just cover all of the sides, and then I'm just holding each part about 30 seconds for it to set, and then I'm moving on to the next part. So all of the wood that I'm using today I picked up from Joann's and also Lowe's. So if you like to duplicate it, you can find all of these pieces at those 2 stores. Now to finish off the top, I have the same 6x6 plank that I used for the bottom, and I'm just attaching it, making sure that it's very sturdy, and just attaching 2 corners, and then I'm going in with adding the square dowel and just separating out the long dowel pieces so that everything is as square as possible. And to finish it off, I'm just attaching this nice little handle to the top, and this is how it turned out. Let me know if you like it. As I said, Kirkland's was $79.99 and I made mine for less than $4. Okay, so our second DIY is just going to be yarn covered cones. And I just have a piece of poster board paper, and I am making this really small tree, about 5 inches. So I'm just taking the ruler and I'm just doing like a little measurement around the corner of the paper that is consistently 5 inches. And then once I have that traced out, I just cut it out. And now I am forming the cone. So the key to this is you want to make sure that the point is very sharp. So you just want to keep working it so that there's a nice point at the edge. And then once you have the point, you want to secure it with a little Scotch tape. And then I worked my way down, taping along the edge. So what I did was I just started from the point and I just continued to wrap the yarn around the trees all the way to the bottom, making sure that you overlap, because when you overlap the yarn, it actually gives it a nice textured look. And at the end, I decided that I wanted to make it a little more textured. So I went in with a little additional yarn about midway of the tree, and it just makes it have a little more texture. So I'm loving how these trees turned out. They are going to look perfect in with my decor. So until the next time, have a blessed day.